like the Reds, another grueler at Stamford Bridge yesterday.
Oh no.
The Reds did win, of course, 2-1, top of the league, loads of points clear, breaking loads of records, and it's just a great time to be a Red, isn't it? It was a bit more, a bit too close for comfort at the end maybe. Liverpool either took the foot off the gas or ran out of gas, depending on how you want to look at it. But Craig, I think the thing that comes home for me is, I wonder just how, we know how fit this team is, we know how able they are to run and run and run and run, and sort of they've outpaced team after team. But I also wonder about how much nervous energy gets expended playing for Liverpool, because the pressure to continually perform, knowing City are over your shoulder, knowing we're all desperate for them to win the league in this city. And, City go and win 8-0 at the weekend, and it's like, for fuck's sake. And then we go and do what we do. But we hung on, we had a little bit of luck with Mount missing at the end and things like that, but it's always brilliant to win there, isn't it?
I'm trying to listen to you and all I can hear is grueler.
Another grueler.
Yeah, no, I think you're
right.
right.
A nice pint of Pilsner.
Some people are going to be watching this
I
and
know.
not have a clue.
Have a look, if you don't know what I'm on about, look up bootlegger on Twitter and you'll soon find out what I'm talking about.
But I think you're right. I think, God, there's not a lot of nervous energy expended watching them at times yesterday. But I think that's going to happen in these big games, and I just saw that as a huge result yesterday. Like, I know in the past you've talked about character and you've talked about the importance of it, and we've seen it from this side time and time again over the past 2 seasons. And I know I read on The Athletic today that Jurgen Klopp had brought in a surfer. Have you seen that? Where he brought a surfer over the summer to basically to talk to the team about high pressure situations and how to deal with those, and whenever you're under the cosh, how to get the best out of yourself rather than sort of shrinking like we've seen Liverpool teams do in the past. And that was the first thing I thought. As soon as the final whistle went, it was one of those where it was like, oh, thank God. But then I thought about it and I was like, well, this team have done this time and time again now, and obviously Chelsea get the goal and it's kind of out of nothing. It's a great goal and you can analyse it. You can analyse. I thought it was a good goal.
Nah, it was.
And you can analyse whether Fabinho should have got closer, whether Matip should have come over. But it was a good goal and it was sort of out of nothing. It was against the run of play. I thought Liverpool were kind of in control at that stage, and then after that it was just about sort of riding those waves to think of it. It's just sort of getting through it, and I thought they did that, and I thought we saw loads of nous as well from them, didn't we?
Absolutely.
We saw the dark arts like we've seen Chelsea teams do it to us in the past.
Fabinho took that yellow at a crucial stage, which I enjoyed. Obviously loads of time wasted as well. I loved it when the referee, to be fair, I thought the referee was good. He's one of the better ones, I think, and he went and grabbed Henderson at one point and just basically said, listen, I can see the time wasting going on from your keeper and from everyone else. Like, you need to have a word. And I thought, good referee and that. And he does it, and Henderson just sort of nods, and then immediately after, Trent time wasting gets a yellow, and I just thought, fair enough. But you see Klopp go to Lampard and go like, fuck's sake type of thing. And Lampard's fuming, going, and it's like, get in. Because that's exactly the point, isn't it? We want to frustrate them, we want to grind them down, and I think Liverpool have been doing this for a while now. I think, you think about Brighton away last season and games like that. You don't have to play champagne football week after week. What you do have to do is win. And I know people hate comparisons to Manchester United, but unfortunately that's the era where I grew up watching most of my football when them swats were good. And what they did is just found a way to win, different ways to win. They had that nous. They always scored loads of late goals, loads of goals that we called fluky. Everyone else will be doing the same thing about Liverpool now. And I haven't even read all the press yet today, but I'm sure there's mentions of fortune in there around VAR and all the rest of it. Listen, I mean, on the VAR thing, I think it's fairly clear, isn't it? If he's offside, he's offside. And until they change the rule, then he's offside. You know what I mean? The idea that he's a fucking fingernail offside or a pube offside, he's offside. So I'm not really arsed. And this time it benefited Liverpool, and other times it hasn't already this season. I mean, I still don't know why Matip doesn't get a penalty at Anfield. I still don't know what that red card check was at Anfield in the Arsenal game. Fuck knows. But the Reds are top of the league and we're flying. And listen, we do reaction shows after every single match. We'd like you to watch them. They did used to be free on YouTube. They are now behind a paywall because it costs us a lot of money to make them. It's time, effort, staff, equipment, etc, etc, etc. So we'd love you to come on the journey and watch those videos. And what you can do, by the way, is download the Anfield app, and you can get some free tokens when you do so, and that gives you a chance to have a go of the premium content for nothing. So you can have a look, see if you like it, and if it's for you, you can sign up. Anyway, here's a clip from yesterday's post-match pint. When fucking everyone runs at you when you're trying to hit it, it's that hard to not go, ah!
Yeah.
And Sen just goes, fuck off.
There's a picture changes, doesn't it? You can see Jorginho, he's right there. But I mean, we were all saying, just pass it and slot it, pass it and slot it. or get Virgil to slam it in.
We were all
he
saying...
He doesn't really do any of them things.
No, he doesn't. We were saying, me, Jono, all sat in a row, and we were all saying, just shift it and slot it. Gerrard, the Gerrard goal in the derby where he just shifts it, slots it, bottom corner. We were all saying, just do that, it's dead easy. Or like a pit, like 3 dickheads, like we could all step up and do it. Yeah, it's dead easy, just shift it and slot it in that gap there. And then he shifts it, and then he doesn't slot it, he just fucking top bins it. Absolutely lazy.
It's like an unsavable penalty, I think. The ones where you put it absolutely in the side netting. But it's not a pen because he's twice as far out than Jorginho is running at it.
And the other one, the second goal is a set piece as well. Again, I doubt they've worked on that. It happened and it went in, and it's great. And I don't know, I keep saying this and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I feel like it's alright to repeat myself over this. I just feel like whatever happens to Liverpool at the moment and over the last year or so, they're really good at just coping with adversity and coping with the situation. And it's easy to say when we've just won a game where we were a little bit under the cosh for at least the last 20. But it's right though, innit? You just keep finding a way to win and different ways to win. And it's not always champagne, and it's not always Brazil 1970, but it's not Wimbledon either. It's a mix of the two. I don't know, but you just keep winning, and that's all that matters. It's already been said, City win 8-0 yesterday, and you can imagine in Manchester they're having a great bevy going, fuck the Scousers. They've all settled down today, roast dinner and gone, this isn't our game for them. And we've come through it again, and we're top of the league with a 5-point gap. Nice one. So there you go. There is a clip of post-match pint. We do those after every single Liverpool game, home and away. So if that's for you, get involved. There's also preview shows. There's also a stat show. There's loads of other stuff that we've got in the pipeline that we're working on. So we're open to make the video channel as good as it possibly can be. So get involved, and also do listen to the podcast, read the stuff on the site, etc, etc. All the information you need is on the AnfieldWrap.com. Before we carry on, I wanted to just give a little shout out to Martin Tyler. Yet again, an absolute miserable cunt on Sky Sports when Liverpool score goals. Sounds like, there's been a death in the family when, Trent Alexander-Arnold put a top in. I don't get it, I've got to be honest. Surely the idea of a commentator on football is a man who sounds like he gives a fuck and is a little bit passionate about what he's seeing. And this fella, honestly, is just like, oh, that was good, wasn't it? Sounds, yeah, it doesn't happen every week where it goes in the top bin, especially when it's a young lad from Liverpool playing fullback. So how about get a little bit excited, Martin? It's almost like your haters. And it's becoming more and more of a thing. Now, I've been saying for years that he definitely hates Liverpool and he can't be arsed. And now it seems to be, obviously with social media, we can all talk to each other a lot more. He was trending yesterday. He's trending on Twitter because everyone was saying, what a miserable bastard you are.
Yeah, we tweeted both the goals out, and both, basically all the comments underneath was get on Martin Tyler. I don't obviously, because whenever you score you're shouting, aren't you? So I don't ever hear it to begin with. It's only whenever I'm watching the game back I'm like, oh, he's not really the whole point of a commentator around a goal is to sort of enhance the enjoyment of watching that goal, isn't it?
Or come out with something classic, do you know what I mean? Like a classic phrase or something that sticks in your head. Because I'm an R bastard and I'll freely admit it, but I've got loads and loads of commentaries stuck in my head from years ago, look at his face, and stuff like that. Barnes, still Barnes, with as much strength as he can muster. Oh my word! And what can you do about that? Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? And Tyler's just there going, yeah, sound. Fucking Alexander-Arnold just put it in the top bin there, and Liverpool are winning.
It's always like oh, he scored. That's basically the height of the excitement you get from him. What a goal, by the way. What a goal.
Lovely. Have you seen the little video? There's a little video kicking around, get on it if you haven't seen it, which is from the Chelsea end. Fuck knows why you as a Chelsea fan wanted to film Trent Alexander-Arnold taking a free kick, but you did anyway, so thanks whoever you were. And it goes top bin. And all you hear is like, you know, hundreds of people go, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, you fucking Scots cunt, fuck off. It's absolutely brilliant. Get in!
I was doing our work after the game, and I was going through all the photos from the game, and there's one where like Trent's doing his whatever, I don't know what he was doing, like a V or celebration.
It's off FIFA Street Soccer or something.
And he does that, but there's a photo of like behind him. I put it up on social media, and it's just like, it's basically lots of old Tory bald fellas going like this. It's fantastic. Another thing as well, I just wanted to mention on that, like I loved, like whenever Salah he was stood like facing that way, wasn't he? And I was thinking, what's he about to do here? And it's just a little flick behind him. And then obviously Robertson talking about the fact that we score from another set piece. Like all of these things that we're seeing are things they're practicing and training that these are pre-programmed, aren't they?
It was good that, because I think it's cleverer than it's being given credit for, if you like, because obviously everyone's expecting the ball from Trent, and then Robbo puts it in, so it's an outswinger instead of an in-swinger, and all of a sudden Bobby's found that little pocket of space, popped up, bang, jobs are good, and the Reds have won. And you're right, yeah.
The fine margins that Klopp's talked about in the past, hasn't he?
I haven't checked this, but I saw someone say, and I really hope it's true, that on the free kick, actually, it wasn't a training ground thing, and that they worked it out at the time. And if that's true, then even better.
But
do you know what I mean?
Isn't that something that Damien Hughes has talked about in the past with like great cultures within football sides? It's that they act on their own instinct to make their own decisions, to better themselves, and that, you know, we saw that last year where Wijnaldum, the players come in at half time against Brighton, wasn't it, and said, look, I've got this space coming in from the corner every time it's happened, try this ball, and they do it, and Wijnaldum scores. And Klopp spoke about it in the past, that's you know, that's massive for him, that he almost gets more enjoyment out of the players being able to work it out from themselves. That shows real intelligence, in-game intelligence, and it's something that Damien had spoken a couple of times about, the fact that if you've got a culture where these players are working it out for themselves, then it's even better.
Listen, we are going to be building up to the next Liverpool match, which is MK Dons in the League Cup third round. We are going to be recording a preview podcast and a preview video, so get involved with that. There'll be a preview written for the website as well, so as I say, go to AnfieldWrap.com and check that out. We'll be down there as well, we'll be doing content, so look out for all that. And of course, we'll be building up to the next Premier League game as well, which is at the Blades, Sheffield United on Saturday, 12:30 kick-off. And you've got to watch out for them Blades, you know what I mean? Like, they won 2-0 at Goodison Park and only had one shot. Which is the most Everton thing ever, isn't it? So well in the Blues.
My favourite thing in town at the moment is that just by Goodison, have you seen it?
Silver out.
Silver out.
Where it's spelt wrong.
Silver. Yeah, brilliant.
Nice one, the Blues. Keep on being the Blues. Up the Reds. That's been the Talking Reds from the Anfield Wrap. The Talking Reds.